The decision for Chicago not to play host goes back nearly 10 years when Rahm Emanuel was mayor.
Yeah, Emanuel said the cost outweighed the benefits of hosting the World Cup here in Chicago. And today he sat down with our political reporter, Mary Ann Ahern, to explain, saying he does not regret that decision, Mary Ann.
Well, the Football Federation, or FIFA, wanted the city to install a dome over Soldier Field. He thought that's not going to happen. And while Rahm Emanuel tried to bargain with FIFA, he says the contract that the cities had to sign to host, it just had too much taxpayer risk.
Every city's losing money. And the very fundamental is the city would take taxpayer. They were asking me to let the taxpayers pick up the bill, and they get all the benefit.
Former Chicago Mayor Rahm Emanuel defends his decision. While Chicago hosted a send-off match between the U.S. and Germany this past weekend, there will be no World Cup crowds at Soldier Field. He blames FIFA.
They assumed that we were going to take all the risk and they were going to get all the reward. So I told them to take a hike.
What else did they want you to pay for? They wanted security?
Everything. They want us to forego the amusement fee. They were going to take all the advertising dollars.
Besides those advertising dollars, FIFA's revenue includes ticketing, broadcasting, concessions, and parking.
They treated Chicago as a welcoming mat.
Host cities pay for public transportation, police and fire costs, medical services, and VIP escorts. Chicago has certainly hosted major sporting events. As Emanuel points out, the NFL draft, the NHL draft, and the NBA All-Star Game. But FIFA has different rules.
I want you to come. I want you to have a great time. I think we're a great city for you, but I'm not paying you to come here. And that's the difference. And they wanted me to pay them to come here and leave the taxpayers on the hook for a lot of unknowns. And I said, I'm not doing that.
The closest Midwest city to host the World Cup, Kansas City. It has spent $85 million in city and state funds. The city even paid $20 million for a modular jail. This week, FIFA canceled 75% of the Kansas City hotel rooms originally blocked and paid no cancellation fees.
That means not restaurants, no taxes, etc. And I was not going to basically allow taxpayers of the city of Chicago to be dumb money.
On the eve of the World Cup, Emanuel senses he made the right decision.
I hope the games are a success. But I think the principle, always in sports, we'll bring sports team here, we're not subsidizing you, and taxpayers will not be the dumb money at the table.
Well, the former mayor also applied this same discussion, no taxpayer fund argument, to the current debate over a new Bears stadium, as you can imagine.
He hinted at the whole idea of the Dome Stadium there. I mean, I'm curious if this Bears situation, the threat of moving to Indiana, if all that was happening under his watch now, how would he approach it differently?
He did have many questions or many answers about that, but he also recalled what happened when the Ricketts family renovated Wrigley Field and how that also had a lot of tension back and forth. So join us at 6. Of course, we're going to have much more, but one of the takeaways was you have to be able to say no to get to a yes. And he was a pretty hard bargain.
He was a negotiator, that's for sure, in a lot of different ways. Came to be known for that, I think,
exactly.
right?
We'll see if whether or not he made the right decision.
Yeah, we shall see.